Now, efforts by Kenya to withdraw from the International Criminal Court may have gotten a boost on Sunday after the African Union adopted a proposal by President Uhuru Kenyatta to develop a roadmap for mass withdrawal by African nations from the Rome Statute, the treaty which established the ICC. The adoption is the latest move after the AU toyed with several options, from deferral of cases to seeking immunity for sitting heads of state. But what exactly will it take to exit from the ICC? Rita Tinina explains.
It's an honor to welcome you to this 26th session.
Sunday's move by the African Union to adopt a proposal by Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta to develop a roadmap for withdrawal from the Rome Statute is only the latest in efforts to cut ties with the International Criminal Court, which Kenya has been spearheading. Kenya has the attention and support of Big Brother, the AU. But with the 34 African countries having ratified the Rome Statute individually, every country will have to go through the ropes alone.
Certainly, it's not a collective process. A resolution by the AU does not necessarily mean an automatic withdrawal. Each country would have to withdraw from the Rome Statute. So really, the decision boils down to each individual country.
Countries are allowed to withdraw from the Rome Statute. According to Article 127 of the statute, a state party may, by written notification addressed to the Secretary General of the United Nations, withdraw from the statute. The withdrawal shall take effect 1 year after the date of receipt of the notification. For Kenya, several dynamics are at play.
The challenge we have is that our constitution is very clear that any treaty or any convention that we accede or we ratify becomes part of our law. So until we actually withdraw from those instruments and make sure that it's not part of those treaties that we have signed to, these treaties will continue to bind us.
All rise, veuillez-vous lever.
For Kenya to withdraw, it will have to repeal the International Crimes Act, which incorporates the Rome Statute into Kenyan law and obligates the government to cooperate with the ICC. On that front, Kenya has already taken some steps. In 2013, the Kenyan Parliament, in an emergency motion, approved Kenya's exit from the ICC. And last year, the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee approved the publication of a bill by Bumula MP Boniface Otsula seeking to repeal the International Crimes Act 2008 in its entirety.
And once Parliament adopts that by majority, and it goes on record, that law stands repealed, which will require the president to sign and repeal that law. Our case is a bit unique. It's not enough to repeal the law, because even if you repeal it and you have not withdrawn from it, the constitution binds us on it.
Kenya has of late turned its attention to the AU, perhaps seeking to be in good company in the withdrawal quest. But even if countries were to withdraw, that will be no cushion against indictment by the ICC.
Crimes against humanity, such as mass murder, genocide and so on, remain crimes. Whether you are part of the ICC or not, once any member of the United Nations, through convincing the UN Security Council, moves a motion, then one country or one leader becomes culpable.
Such is the case with Sudan, which is not a signatory to the Rome Statute, but whose president, Omar al-Bashir, has been indicted over genocide, war crimes and crimes against humanity following the Darfur conflict.
Whether in the course of retiring and reflecting on
withdrawal from the Rome Statute will not affect ongoing cases. Kenya's Deputy President William Ruto is facing crimes against humanity charges before the Hague-based court, and experts argue the timing of the withdrawal quest does not augur well for Kenya.
But when we are trying to withdraw, when we are before the court, it means that we are simply running away from the arms of justice.
Of the 123 nations that have ratified the Rome Statute, Africa having the most representation with 34 state parties, no country has withdrawn from the statute. And Kenya, which has been spearheading the campaign against the ICC, would go into history books, if at all. Rita Tinina, KTN News.